Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Bev Talks podcast. I am Dr. Bev, your host, and as always, I am here to bring to you some very exciting and amazing guests. We talk about a lot of wonderful things, and today is not going to be anything different. So get you something comfortable to sit, someplace to sit, a pillow, your favorite drink, and notepad and pens because I guarantee you're going to pick up some tidbits today, as you always do. So, today in our studio, we have an amazing guest. She is coming to us from Costa Rica, which is where I wish I was. Help me welcome Helia Oghani. And I know I messed it up.
Very close, very close, really. Thank you so much for having me. It's Helia Oghani. So you got the first right. Yeah, Helia Oghani. And thanks so much for having me over.
Well, thank you for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so where do I begin? Okay, so I am originally from Iran. I'm Persian. I live in Toronto. I've been out of Iran for 20 years. I live in Toronto, but as you said, I'm in Costa Rica right now. And I have a lot of experience when it comes to relationships, romantic relationships, separation, divorce, businesses, changing jobs, manifesting money, starting my own thing, being my own boss. Like I can go in any direction, but what I'm doing right now, just for the audience to have an idea, I'm a manifestation coach, and I help people to learn how to manifest their dreams. It can be anything from a romantic relationship, business, finances, specific amount of money, car, homes, health, happiness, anything. And the way I do that, I teach the teachings of Bob Proctor, my mentor. Bob was on the movie The Secret, one of the speakers on the movie The Secret. He studied and taught this material for the majority of his life, 60-something years. He studied Think and Grow Rich, and he really changed millions of lives through his teachings. And I teach exactly his teachings, which is mostly about the mind, conscious and subconscious mind, and also the laws of the universe.
That's really interesting because you touched on all the topics that you named. I could have said, yep, I need all of that because all of that touched on me. Manifestation is something that is talked about a lot, but I do not get the impression that people really grasp what that is or how they can participate in their own manifestation. Can you help us out a little bit there?
Yes, and I'm so glad you asked that because I'm not sure if have you watched the movie The Secret?
Yes, and I also have read the book.
Read the book, watched the movie, and that's what a lot of people do. They have watched The Secret. They know a law of attraction. They know about manifestation. They do these vision boards every year. They watch all these YouTube videos and nothing changes, unfortunately, because there is a lot more to it. It's not that you read something, you watch a movie, you read a book or two and you change things, because what you have to do in order to manifest. So let me put it this way. We manifest from our subconscious mind, not from our conscious mind. So consciously, I might know that I want this much money. I want to impact this number of people a year. I want to have this kind of relationship. But if in my subconscious, there are limiting beliefs, there are blockages, wrong programming, and bunch of crap in my subconscious, this is what I'm going to attract, not what I consciously want and write down and visualize. And our subconscious, the way, how is it developed? It is through our genes from our parents, grandparents, ancestors. And this is why when you look at people, most of the time, people live almost the same kind of financial lifestyle as their parents. It's usually the case because it's firstly the genes and also our upbringing. So from the age of 0 to 7, and some people say even later on in life, if you've experienced any kind of trauma, that is how your subconscious is being developed. all those limiting beliefs, because from the age of 0 to 7, we don't have any conscious mind. We cannot decide. We don't know what is right, what is wrong. Anything that is happening around us goes right into our subconscious. And we are working with that. We are reprogramming that, which is absolutely possible. So that's the beauty of manifestation. Everybody has the power to change and reprogram their subconscious mind. And only you are capable to do that. I can help you as a coach. I can guide you, hold your hand, show you the way, but I cannot go in your mind and change your subconscious, but you can do it through the practices, through the repetition. And it's a process. Imagine it took years for you to develop your subconscious mind and beliefs and programming that you have right now. You cannot change it in a day or night by reading a book or two. So that's the process of manifestation. We need to go deep and we need to change what Bob used to call paradigm. So we're changing the paradigm. Paradigm is a multitude of habits, multitude of programs, multitude of beliefs. For example, each and every one of us, we have an idea about what kind of person we are. What are we capable of doing or not doing? How smart we are. And these are the ideas you have developed throughout your life based on your experiences, but they're not necessarily truth. Most of the time, actually, they are not. They are the interpretation of your mind based on a past experience. But when that happens and your mind interprets a situation and believes that, okay, maybe I'm not smart enough, that's then what you're going to manifest based on that belief. So we're going to change that belief. And it is through work, it is through reprogramming, it is through the teachings of Bob or people like him. But yeah, I'm not sure if I answered your question.
You did. You touched upon a lot of things that really brought up a little bit of curiosity in me and it also checked the box. From 0 to 7, if trauma takes place, it starts to script your subconscious mind. And I think about so many children who have had childhood traumas, and then we talk about mirroring the life of the people who came before us as part of what I term generational curses, those things that seem to always run in the generational lines of families, is from your subconscious mind. Well, from you believing that these things are actual facts about who you really are.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's all about belief. And I want to just clarify something. When I talk about trauma, when a child, like 0 to 7, absolutely anything can be traumatizing for a child. Imagine a 6-month-old baby crying, waiting for her mom, and the mom is washing the dishes or doing something, and she's late. The baby doesn't know. It hasn't developed a conscious mind to understand, and she or he might feel and experience the abandonment, the trauma of being abandoned. So trauma doesn't necessarily need to be like my parents were alcoholic or they left me, or it doesn't necessarily be that big. Anything small can develop a kind of, unfortunately, kind of trauma. So it's on a smaller scale. Yeah, that. And also, so from the age of 0 to 7, we develop our subconscious, and it doesn't necessarily need to be trauma. Imagine like if your family were the kind of people who are, majority of people, unfortunately, they have money blockages, and you are a child, you're not even able to speak yet, but these are going to your subconscious if your parents keep talking about limitations and not having enough money. They fight with each other about money. They are all going into your subconscious. Or someone saying, like your parents saying, money doesn't grow on tree, or these people are bastards and they're rich and rich people are bad. And these are all going into people's subconscious mind. And that's what we are working with, and that's what we are changing.
Okay, so it sounds like to me that the universe itself is constantly stimulating our subconscious mind, and that over the processes that it takes to rescript it, to rewrite it, it's something that is done on a regular basis. That we have to be more cognitive to our actual surroundings and what we actually truly believe, not based on the circumstances that we see, but what's actually real to us. Is that what you're saying?
I love that. Yes, thanks for bringing that up because one thing is looking at our life and circumstances and thinking that this is the truth and reality. One thing is knowing the truth from
Mhm.
within and creating from within. What you're seeing in your life right now, all of us, our homes, our environment, our relationship, our health, everything that we are experiencing is a manifestation of our past thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and it can absolutely change. But the first and the most important thing is to stop paying so much attention on what is going on right now, on the manifested physical reality right now, because this is a manifestation of the past. This is past. Like this place is the past manifestation of my past thinking and beliefs. And if I don't like it and I want to change it, I need to go within, understanding who I really am, understanding that I am the highest form of creation. I have a powerful mind that the best scientists still don't know how this mind functions. I am the highest form of creation created by God. And I am part of that God because I am soul, because I am energy, I am infinite, I am part of that infinite intelligence. So I am so much more powerful than my circumstances and situations, and I can change this. If I go within, don't pay attention. So one of the things I learned from Bob, and it is the most important and the most challenging thing to do. If we learn how to do this, we can manifest absolutely anything. We need to learn to ignore our five senses. Hear, smell, see, taste, touch, that we pay so much attention to. These are all for us to guide us through life, to be safe, to see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and enjoy. But these are not for us to create and manifest based on. If we do not like anything that is happening in our life, our job, our finances, anything, we have to learn to ignore our five senses, meaning don't look at it. I know it is here, I know it is real, but doesn't matter. You cannot change it. It doesn't matter. You have to learn to ignore your five senses and go within and learn how to create with your mind, with your imagination. There's so much more that I can
Yeah.
talk about, what are the mental faculties that you can use to create from within. But that's the only way.
Mm.
And we don't know how to do that because why? Because no one has taught us.
No.
Sure. At school or our parents, they all say, pay attention, look at this, listen to this. No one ever says go within and build your reality from your marvelous mind.
Yeah.
So, but now I feel like more and more people are learning. And it's great, like the movie The Secret or the book The Secret didn't teach people how to really do that, but it was an amazing bringing curiosity for people to go deeper and deeper. And I feel like every year I see more and more people are awakening to the fact that we are more than our physical senses. We are more than physical 3D world. There is so much more energy. There is so much more invisible magic that is going on. And people who are learning this faster, they're going to be ahead. And there's no competition. There's no competition, but why not learning what is actually going on and trying to manifest and work with the universe and the laws
Yeah.
of the universe?
Yeah. I think currently today, probably not,
Oh,
it's not more. If you think it's more, it's probably just what's in front of
hello.
you. But
We got
people are beginning
disconnected.
to feel, they're beginning to feel more chaos in their lives. and they're looking for something new, or they're trying to determine, I guess they're asking themselves this question: is there more? There has to be more. It can't just be, it can't just be what we think it is. Okay, so what I was thinking was that more people are starting, because of the chaos that's in the world. And I say that fully aware that that just may be our perception of what's happening. But they're getting that feeling that there must be something more. And they're actually now starting to look for it. So I don't know what happened in the universe that gave most people the perception that, oh, things are not what they ought to be. This can't be it. It's got to be better than this. But they're starting to now look within themselves. My mom used to always say, everything that you need to be successful in life is within you. Look within yourself for the answers. And I don't know if she knew how on point she was with that statement or not. But I think that's kind of, if we're going to ignore our five senses and look
Yes.
within for our answers, that's kind of the process, right?
Yeah, and I love that because so many people, you see that people run around asking each other, what do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? What do you think I
Yeah.
should I buy this house? Should I not buy this house? Should I take this course, not take this course, move, don't move, stay with him, leave him? They're asking their friends, their family questions all the time, which is so wrong because no one else is living your life. No one else has lived your life. You have experiences which is different from other people. You have feelings, you have energetics that are different from other people. I think this is the most horrible thing, to go around and ask other people what to do, because as you said, we all have this access to divine, to whoever you believe in, who has created this whole world, which we know it is not magic. There's so much order in this life that I don't know if people, some people, they still exist that they don't believe in anything. And I don't really get it, because just if you look at the nature, just how orderly it is, like spring and summer and seasons, and it's just so beautiful and perfect. It is
Yeah.
perfection in the whole universe. So I call it infinite intelligence. Sometimes I call it God. If you believe in that and you know that you are created by that power, by that source, by that God, you have this connection with the source. You are
Mm-hmm.
part of that source. Within you is your soul, your energy living in this physical body. And if you have access to infinite intelligence and like unlimited knowledge, with that perspective, which is impossible for us human beings to have that perspective. Our perspective is so narrow compared to that, which is
Mm-hmm.
all knowing. Why would you go ask another human being what to do when you can learn to connect,
Yeah.
when you can learn to sit quiet? And it's just the chatter of the mind, which is, I love social media because I feel like it gives us so much opportunity, like these kind of things that me and you are doing right now. This is a
Mm-hmm.
great opportunity for people to tap and log in and listen and learn. But if we don't pay attention, we find ourselves scrolling for hours and hours and wasting time, and the mind just gets busier and busier. And the more this happens, the more disconnected we become from our
Mm-hmm.
source.
Mm-hmm.
So we need some time during the day to sit quiet, go within, really try to connect and listen. We all have that. So I was just talking to my friend that you see more and more people who are channelers, who are mediums. You found them online. It's the first one started, Abraham Hicks, that I absolutely loved. At some point, she really saved my life. I was watching her videos every day about 10, 15 years ago. And then there are more and more people. And me and you have that ability too. These are not special people. No one is special. We all have the same talent and abilities if we work on it. I mean, physically, we are different,
Mm-hmm.
but our energy is the same because, again, we are all source. We are all made of the same energy. And yeah, absolutely. If you learn to ignore your five senses, which is, again, I just emphasize on that again. It is not an easy thing to do. If it was, everybody would be manifesting right now. Like, I have a very good friend of mine. She doesn't like the place that she's living in. It's a small condo and she has kids. It's hard for her to ignore where she's living because it is there every day in her face. She sees it. But it's a practice. It's a practice of taking some time during the day, closing your eyes, going within, creating whatever that you want to live and experience from within. And the key is really feeling it, really tapping into that feeling. How would I feel if I had that? If I was that person, how would I feel? And really feel it in your body.
That's interesting. I love that. That touched me too, on a personal note. Um, I think we talked about it earlier before the show that I'm in a right now currently in a hotel because the building that I'm in, a high rise, they're renovating, not renovating, but they had a tick a little bit in their electronic system and the fire alarm went off and everything was crazy. And so for the day, we are broadcasting out of the hotel that is next door. And luckily they were good enough to allow us to invade their space.
Yeah. So,
So we're in
yeah,
there,
go ahead.
and you were telling me about your story and the
Yeah, I
fire.
wanted
I
to
would
share
love
a
to hear
story
it.
with you.
Yes.
Thing. So what happened is, so I'm going to share a little bit of my personal life. I don't mind to share. I would like people to, we are all human beings, and I can sit here and coach people for hours, but I think it's good for people to know on a personal level a little bit more. So I was in this 9-year relationship, and I ended that relationship 9 months ago, which is interesting, 9 and 9. And I ended the relationship, but I had a really, really hard time because 9 years is a lot. And we also had really good times together, and good memories. And no one walks into a relationship thinking that we would end it one day. So I wasn't expecting to doing that, but I had to at some point. I decided this is not aligned with my values anymore. And I need to be brave and walk away, as hard as it can be. And it was hard. It was one of the hardest things I have done in my life. I've been through something similar before, but this was like absolutely devastating. And so I went through this journey of, so last time I had a similar experience, I went out, I started partying right away. I started getting busy with friends and distracting myself. And of course, I didn't feel that much anxiety or depression. But this time I decided not to do that. I decided to sit alone, isolate myself, and feel my feelings and really learn my lessons, because I don't want to repeat this again. And if we don't learn our lessons, things are going to repeat again and again and again.
Yes.
So you can get out of a relationship and go partying and it's amazing and fun. But if you don't look back and learn from your experiences, I'm sorry, I think the similar thing, different people, different places, but the same thing is going to happen again. So I went on this journey of like personal development and spirituality and working on my inner child, working on my shadow work, learning Reiki, giving myself Reiki, learning Tao healing, doing like so many different things, taking different manifestation courses. And I was busy. I was alone, and my sister. So I see my sister once a week, and the rest of the week I was working on my business and working on myself. Weekends, weekdays, I didn't go out. Sometimes it was overwhelming, but I needed that. And I really feel like that helped me to shift and, first of all, learn more about who I really am and about the power that I have and connection that I have, and everyone, all of us have. And so I feel like I became more intuitive. My energies have shifted. I used to see the synchronicities before, but now it is like crazy synchronicities happen all the time. Like I see angel numbers so many times during the day that I'm like, okay, I don't know what the message is anymore. I see 111, I see 222, I see 555. I take it as you are here, you're supporting me. Thank you so much, because it's just so much. And then connections and business opportunities and everything seems to be in flow. And I feel it's because I worked on myself and raised my vibration, which is never perfect. We always have to work on ourselves. There's no end to this journey, which I love it. It's beautiful. So going back to the fire. So one night, I was just sitting in my room and I thought, I don't know where this crazy thought came from. I thought, what happens if the fire goes on in this building and then I need to pack my things? What would be the most important things I need to grab? Like, okay, as you said, my laptop, the
Yeah.
most important thing, my laptop, my cell phone, my chargers, my passport, money, and a little bit of jewelries that I have, and I'll be fine. And I'm like, why am I even thinking about this thought? That's so crazy. I'm going to bed. It's 11 p.m. And I swear to God, 1 minute after, alarm goes off, the whole building. And I'm like, what? Is this real? Is it actually happened? Did I manifest that? I hope I didn't manifest someone's unit burning down.
I know. I'm laughing because it happened to me. It happened to me. I didn't have intuition that I should plan. It wasn't until after it happened I realized, girl, you better plan. You better get something in place because it could happen again. And maybe I manifested the second time, but yeah, that did happen to me. 10:01.
Oh wow, 10:01. Yeah, mine was past 11. And I grabbed exactly the same things that I thought a minute ago. And I went out and there were fire trucks and firefighters and everything, the whole building. One of the units had something. And I think this happened because of my intuition. So this is what happens when you pay attention. You don't need to necessarily go in solitude for months and months, but just pay attention who you are interacting with. Pay attention to people, to energies, and it's so important to take some time and do some spiritual work. It really pays off. It is like then you have this guide that is guiding you and helping you. Okay, it's gonna be fire and you need to pack these things. It is just so beautiful. You feel so supported and guided all the time.
Yeah, that's amazing. I had like I said, I had a similar experience, which is why we're over here. And the fire,
Yes.
it was funny because I was talking about it and I knew that they were going to be testing it the next day. And I guess somewhere in my subconscious mind, I must have thought, well, what if, arbitrarily, it just happens to go off in the middle of the night again? And they were going to turn off water from 10 to midnight. I knew that. I'm not sure what they were considering doing. I think turning the water off allowed them to fix whatever that so-called problem was. But whatever they did tripped the fire alarm again.
Oh wow.
And I grabbed my iPad and my dog and my purse, and I was like, you know what? I'm out of here. Forget you people. I'm gone. This is some
I'm
crazy
done.
stuff. The
I'm
universe
gonna
is telling
move.
me to run.
That's so funny.
Oh my God. Tell me where
Manifesting.
people can reach out to you if they want to get more information.
So I am on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. They're all under my name, Helia Oghani, except Instagram is Helia_Oghani. So my YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Helia Oghani, and my Instagram, Helia_Oghani. And I am also offering a free event. I don't know when you will post this, but the event is from February, actually it's next week, February 5th to February 10th. It's a free event called Accelerate Your Money Manifestation.
Okay.
1 hour a
We
day.
we could actually arrange to launch this the same week so that people will get a little bit of a, notice. So yes,
That will be awesome. And if they don't, I will offer these kind of free 5-day free events, usually every 2 months or so. So that's how people can connect with me too. And I really teach and deliver on these events. They're like mini samples of my courses.
Awesome, because you have really taught and delivered on this podcast today. I am excited. I'm happy that you joined us today.
I'm
Um,
glad to hear
Come
that.
back anytime you want to. I am really big. I'm a person who has always wanted to deeper into manifestations. I am
Yeah.
not a vision board person, but I think it's because I was not really digging deep enough into my subconscious because I
And you
never
don't
understood it.
necessarily need a vision board.
See,
It
I'm not a
works for
vision
some
board
people.
person because
Yeah.
I have a vision board, but you know how
Uh-huh.
people make these little vision boards and they're kind of like these little cardboard things that, or they just, it's sitting. Mine has to be a complete wall.
Uh-huh.
I need the complete wall. And so since I
Yeah.
can't carry the complete wall everywhere, I'm like, okay, girl, you got to figure this out.
You can have it in your mind. You don't need to have it on a board. You
Yeah,
can absolutely, some people have a difficulty visualizing, like they close their eyes and they say, I cannot see the picture that I
right.
want to see.
Hmm.
So then maybe vision board would work better for them. But if you can visualize, and it's again, I just want to emphasize on that, it's all about feeling. Is the
Hmm.
vision board giving you that feeling? Do you really connect with that future version of yourself? Or when you close your eyes and you visualize, that's how you feel? Or is it when you listen to music and look at beautiful pictures of similar things that you want online? Is it how it gives you that feeling? So it's like a game. Play with it and see
Yeah.
which
I
one
think for
gives you the
me, it's sitting in quiet with my eyes closed, maybe with some music low enough that I only my subconscious can hear it. And
uh-huh.
I can visualize just about anywhere. I, I have done that
Perfect.
in an MRI machine.
Oh, that's the best
Girl,
place
I
because you
was,
can't do anything else.
yes, and that loud noise, I was like, I'm not listening to this. I am on a beach and I'm listening to the water. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
and the next thing I knew, she was like, we're done. I was like, I just started.
I
So I
know the
can, so I
exact
can
same
do
thing.
it.
It happened to me in the MRI machine. Exactly the
Yes.
same thing. And I was like, what? We're done? Can I go back?
Yeah. Yeah. See, this is what you want to learn, people. In the MRI machine, if you ever have to have
Uh-huh.
one, that noise, that clanking,
Yes.
irritating noise, is like, no, no. And then the earplugs they give you, and I think I had a headset on my. She was like, "I'm gonna play music so you can't hear it." And of all the music she played, it was country western, and I was like, "This is not gonna work. I'm gonna need to zone completely out of the room." So I was in another place, and so I know I can do it. So that is me. That's where I need
Mhm.
to start focusing and
Yes.
carrying myself to more often on a regular basis.
Do it. That's what I wanted to say. Do it as many times as you can during the day.
Okay.
Anytime you have a free time, anytime you have a second, a minute, do it. Because
Okay.
it's the repetition. Repetition is powerful. Through repetition, you reprogram your subconscious mind.
Okay, because I am interested in reprogramming myself subconscious mind.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Helia. I
You're welcome.
appreciate you to the max.
You're
Please come
welcome.
back and visit us again anytime you choose.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, I told you it was exciting today, wasn't it? You learned some stuff. Okay, and I know y'all gonna run back and go and read the book The Secret and watch the movie. That's fine. That's fine. But pay attention to what you heard today. It's about feeling. Okay. And it's about ignoring your 5 secrets. I know you took notes, so I will make sure that I post all the links and all the information at the time we post this video. So, this is what I want you to do with the rest of your day. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and we'll see you next time on Bev Talks Podcast.